Today we'll hear statements from the honourable members for the districts of Lewisporte-Twillingate, Topsail-Paradise, Exploits, Torngat Mountains, Stephenville-Port and Placentia West-Bellevue. The Honourable Member for Lewisporte-Twillingate.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today in this honourable House to congratulate a true entrepreneur for my district, Mr. Gary O'Coin. Gary has been working in the accounting field for 30 years. 25 of those years he has been with H&R Block. Today, he owns and operates 5 of the 900 Canadian franchises, with businesses in the communities of Lewisport, Gander, Clarenville, Marystown, and Placentia. Gary has over 35 staff members to his team. On October 31st, Gary was presented with the Canadian H&R Block 2017 Franchise of the Year Award at the company's national convention in Calgary, Alberta. Mr. Speaker, Gary served 6 years on the National Leadership Franchise Council of Canada. He is in the community. Gary has been a very active volunteer with the Lewisport Craft and Trade Show, School Council, Lewisport Area Chamber of Commerce, and Ducks Unlimited, to name a few. Mr. Speaker, entrepreneurs like Gary O'Coin play a tremendous role in Newfoundland and Labrador's economy. I applaud him and all small business owners for their dedication and the contribution they make to their communities and our province. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes. The Honourable Member for the District of Topsail-Paradise.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Light the Night is the signature event of Leukemia and Lymphoma Society of Canada. Each year in communities across our country, teams of families and friends and co-workers come together to raise funds for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society of Canada's Light the Night walks and bring help and hope to people battling blood cancers. Newfoundland and Labrador held its first ever Light the Night event in Boring Park this past September. And I can tell you, Mr. Speaker, as a lymphoma survivor, it was a privilege for me to attend. The event was a huge success, with more than 1,000 people in attendance and over $100,000 raised. The money raised goes to support patients in Newfoundland and Labrador, including important research on improved treatments, provide educational materials, supportive programs such as family support groups, and for peer-to-peer counselling. Light the Night walks are evenings filled with inspiration. And during this, what's designed to be a leisurely walk, families and friends gather to bring the light to the darkness into the world of cancer. Thousands of walkers carry illuminated lanterns, and the colours showcase the relationship to the cause. White lantern for blood cancer patients and survivors, red for supporters, and gold in memory of loved ones lost. Mr. Speaker, please join me as I congratulate the organisers of this successful Light the Night event, and I look forward to next year's event as well. Thank you.
The Honourable Member for the District of Exploits.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise in this honourable House to congratulate Effie Jor on celebrating her 100th birthday on August 22nd. I was extremely pleased to have attended the birthday festivities with Effie, her family and friends at Golden Years Estates in Grand Falls, Windsor, where a memorable time was had by all. Born in Odges Cove, Trinity Bay, she moved to Botwood after her marriage to Frederick Jor, where she was employed as a clerk with Thompson Stores for 60 years. Her commitment to community was reflected in countless hours of time devoted to the success of events hosted by the town as well as the Trinity United Church. Effie continues to embrace all activities to the fullest and insists as well in helping staff with other residents, to the point where I have been told she could pass as one of the staff. I would ask all honourable members to join with me in congratulating Effie Jor on her milestone birthday of 100 years.
Hear, hear. The Honourable Member for the District of Torngat Mountains.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today to acknowledge the 150 individuals who have been recognized as Labradorians of Distinction. The Labradorians of Distinction Award was created by my federal colleague and fellow Labradorian, MP Vaughan Jones, to celebrate achievements of exceptional Labradorians who made outstanding contributions to Labrador culturally, socially, environmentally, and economically. 150 Labradorians were honoured at ceremonies last week in Nain, Hopedale, Macovig, Happy Valley Goose Bay, Labrador City, Port Hope Simpson, and Lansaloo. Many, Mr. Speaker, are no longer with us. Labradorians of all backgrounds, cultures, and regions were recognized. There were artists, advocates, athletes, environmentalists, community volunteers, municipal leaders, business people, and medical professionals. All of those honoured last week have helped shape their communities and are true ambassadors for Labrador. Recognizing Labradorians, past and present, is an excellent way to celebrate Canada's 150th birthday. An exciting event for Labradorians has been established and will continue to honour Labradorians for years to come. As Labradorians, we are fiercely proud of our region and our heritage. Thank you, Yvonne, for introducing a program that honours extraordinary Labradorians and for sharing their stories and accomplishments with the rest of Canada.
The Honourable the Member for Stephenville-Port.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I stand to recognize Radhika Verma. The 17-year-old Stephenville High student is an active member of her school's humanitarian club, student council, and community youth network. She is also a passionate volunteer with Mothers Against Drunk Driving, winner of the Lions Club local and regional speak-offs, former Stephenville Youth of the Year, and a Rotary Music Festival Rose Bowl winner. Most recently, Radhika was selected to sit on the Premier's Youth Council and also named a SHAD Fellow, attending Lakehead University for a month to study science, technology, engineering, and math. In addition to her extracurricular activities in school and her volunteer work in the community, Radhika is a strong academic, currently holding a 97% overall average. The culmination of her accomplishments, academics, passion, and dedication to her school and community was acknowledged this past weekend. On Sunday evening, Radhika was awarded the title of Miss Achievement Newfoundland and Labrador. Miss Achievement Radhika Verma is a true role model for all youth and an ambassador to her community and the province. I ask all members to join me in congratulating Radhika for receiving this very much deserved prestigious award. Thank you.
The Honourable Member for the District of Placentia West-Bellevue.
Mr. Speaker, Christmas is a joyous occasion, especially for children who marvel at the splendour of the season. For children, it is also a time for the anticipation of the unveiling of those brightly wrapped gifts. However, for some less fortunate families, it is a time of melancholy. Fortunately, Mr. Speaker, there are organizations out there who recognize this fact and work tirelessly to bring a smile to the face of a child or to relieve some of the burden endured by parents during this season. Just this past weekend in Marystown, I participated in the lighting of the VOCM Happy Tree, where residents are invited to donate gifts to be distributed amongst families in need. Throughout Placentia, West-Bellevue, and indeed throughout the province, the Salvation Army is manning their iconic kettles, with funds raised also being used to brighten Christmas for those without. In some areas, first responders will park their rescue vehicles outside supermarkets on a selected date and gather donated non-perishable food items to ensure food banks, such as the Sacred Heart Family Aid, are well stocked during the holiday season. Mr. Speaker, I take this opportunity to thank all those volunteers for their time to help the less fortunate and encourage the people of our province to give generously to help make it a truly Merry Christmas for all. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.